Welcome to the program. Soni Irabor live here, and it's 92.3, the family radio station that cares for everyone in the world. And you out there, we're just for you. We're always for you because you respond in a way that makes us feel that we have a job to do. And thank you for paying our salaries, especially those who advertise with us and those who listen to us, who make them advertise with us. All of you, thank you. But you see, today, we're looking at Nigeria's history, dating back 200 years, if possible, maybe more, because we have a young lady. But I say young lady, but her knowledge of Nigeria's history is incredible. And in her 30s, she's a lawyer 2 times over, LLM, and she's a PR consultant, and she's an image historian. And that's the part that really hit me, image historian. Her name is Mrs. Amanda Kirby-Okoye. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, you see, one of these English people they speak so well. She's so white, she's as black as Igbo. No sweat, no sweat. Okay, so Amanda.
Yes.
Tell us more about you.
Well, I'm Amanda Kirby-Okoye, and
Yes.
I'm a Nigerian.
Okay.
Some people say I don't sound Nigerian, but I'm definitely a Nigerian. I started the Almond Historical 3 years ago, and I formed it because there was a need to educate,
Yes.
empower, and create a positive awareness about Nigeria and our history and culture.
Yeah.
It's a look at our African history, Nigerian history, through pictures, films, and artifacts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pictures, films, and artifacts.
Yeah.
Artifacts. Okay. The one about pictures, I can date back to maybe 100 years.
Possibly
Yes.
slightly more. Yeah.
Okay. And then what was the other one? Images?
Yes. Films.
Films.
Yes.
Well, films I can date back to maybe 75 years.
Yes.
And the other one, artifacts,
Yes.
I can date back 1,000 years.
Yes.
Okay. So, how did you come about, getting this as a passion?
It started about 4 years ago, actually. It was all on Facebook. I bumped into a group online called the Nigerian Nostalgia Project. And I was fascinated because I wanted to know more about my culture. I wanted to know more about Nigeria.
Yes.
And I was seeing things that amazed me. I had heard about names, didn't know who they were, but I was intrigued. I first came to Nigeria when I was 14, and I was told negative things about Nigeria. I didn't realize there were negative things. I just thought it was Africa. So I expected to see natives running around naked, and I didn't expect to see an airport. By the time I got to Murata Mohammed Airport, I just saw fabulous looking people. I was like, this isn't what I expected. Something's wrong here. And I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy because I thought that, look, I have been told so many negative things about my country. These are people that look like me, are me, and I thought I wanted to change it. It literally took me almost 20 years to be in a position to do something about that.
Wow.
And that's why I started this.
Now, in starting it, I'm sure you must have found it difficult to really know where to start from.
Yeah, I did. It wasn't easy at first because I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know the names of people. I didn't know who was significant. I didn't know much about myself. The thing is, with a lot of our people, when they...
I can take you up on that. Your parents were supposed to let you know much about yourself.
I know that. I think a lot of families, when they leave Nigeria, they can become assimilated. They take on other people's cultures, and they don't really do much in terms of letting their children know about who they are. And but my parents tried. I mean, we belonged to different associations when we were growing up. In fact, I could actually sing the Nigerian national anthem by the time I was 10.
Which of them? The old or the new?
Arise, O Comforter. Yes.
Oh, okay, that's the one you know. Okay.
That's one. I don't know the British national anthem, which is...
No, there was one. There was Nigeria.
The first,
we
yes.
hear the... Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And so that's what my parents could do for me.
Okay.
But
They
in
taught you the Nigerian national anthem.
Yes, that's what my father and my mother
But
did.
did you know the British national anthem?
No, I still don't know it.
Okay,
and I've
good.
chosen not to know it. I don't really.
Good. Okay, go ahead.
I thought to myself, you know what? I was 14 years old, and I was like, I didn't want to leave Nigeria. Nigeria for me was like I had found home.
Yes.
And I just decided to, I mean, after finding the Nigerian Nostalgia Project, which is amazing, and it's still online, it's fantastic, and it's growing every day, I would...
That's what you created?
No, I didn't create it. A
Okay.
man called Etim Ayo created it.
Okay, the Nostalgia Project.
Yes.
Nigerian Nostalgia.
Fantastic group.
Yes.
It had taught me so much. But what I now decided to do was take it a step further. I started going to auctions and exhibitions.
Yes.
And at the auctions, I would get a budget and I would literally buy everything to do with Nigeria. So probably first generation papers, images from newspapers, foreign newspapers.
Yes.
I would buy absolutely everything to do with Nigeria. And it helped me. It really did help me get to know who I was and place, different people together.
Okay. Now, I look at you because I visited your page. Okay, and I saw series of pictures, loads of pictures. And I'm talking of pictures, not pictures of colors like you and I would see one another and maybe electronic pictures. No. Pictures of yesteryear.
Yeah.
Black and white.
Yeah.
In fact, handwritten stories about Nigeria.
Yes.
Where did you get all these from?
I got them from auctions. I literally would
Auctions?
go out. Yes, I would go out. The thing is, in a lot of the people that lived in Nigeria, especially a lot of the British that lived here,
Yes.
took a lot of our stuff out. And some of them some would see them as insignificant. But every little thing, like a magazine, a receipt, a check, they mean something to me. So I would go out. I've been to Australia because of colonial auctions. I've been to Spain. I've been everywhere just for these specialized auctions on things to do with countries that the British had colonized.
Yes.
And I mean, I've bought so many things, documents, things that I knew would ultimately mean something to Nigeria. And yes, yeah.
So you got all these together. And then when did you start to make sense out of them? Because, I mean, you're looking at even receipt,
Yes,
check.
yeah.
Check of how many years ago?
I think the oldest check I have is probably in the 1919, I think.
The oldest
19.
check, as in bank check?
Yes.
1919.
Yes.
Bank began for Nigeria for
West
1919.
Africa. Yes.
Wow.
British Bank of West Africa. Yes.
British Bank of West Africa.
I have coins, rail receipts, tram receipts from 1907, 1908.
Wow.
What happens with these things, you collect them and you tend, I put them all together as a story. So you have
Yes.
the pictures there, then you have the actual artifacts beside it.
Yes.
And it's easier to tell that story. I mean, I have been told by a lot of young people that they got fascinated by it. They enjoyed looking at these things because there was things they could touch.
Okay.
They could see them, and that's the reason why I collect the way I do.
Okay. We'll take a short break very, very shortly, but I just want to ask you another question. This time, what about things that, let me be selfish a bit.
Okay.
Benin,
Yeah.
ancient Benin.
Yeah.
The empire was conquered by the British sometime in, which year now? 1897? Okay.
Yes.
But before then, things had started being taken away. But this time, most of the things were taken in 1897.
Yes.
And Obavarame was taken to Calabar,
Yes.
where he died in 1917.
Yeah.
I was shocked to see that you had pictures that I had never seen, and many of us have never seen about that part of Benin's history
Yes.
or Nigeria's history.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
There are things that people still haven't seen. In fact, I post a lot of pictures that I just feel that kind of give people a taster for what we do and what we are going to do in exhibitions. But when I think the one you're talking about is when I posted a picture of the Crown Prince in 1950. I'm not sure. There's one you saw.
No, it's about Vorame.
Yeah.
In a different way.
When he had
looking
been taken.
Yes. Even
and there was the
on
last
boat.
picture. Yes, on the boat. That one is, yes.
And then the Ologbo Shere,
Yes.
was it the warlord?
The son-in-law. The son-in-law?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. And then all the artifacts.
Yes.
The one we call the famous Festec mask.
Festec mask, yes.
All of those things, and I saw them. And then some handwritten notes.
Yes.
They actually indexed them.
That's it, yeah.
Wow. Now, were you able to piece them together and follow the trail?
Yes, what it was I was still learning at the time. And in fact, with everything I'm doing, I'm still, learning.
Yes.
But as I'm learning, I'm putting everything together. And the Benin Empire, the Benin Kingdom is fantastic. There's so much out there still. Like we've said before, that I'm definitely going to be going there to see but it's something that this is the kind of history we need to tell the world and show the world that we're from somewhere.
Yeah.
That we've had kingdoms bigger than other kingdoms that we've seen in the West. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a short break now, and we'll be back. We'll talk about slave trade and Nigeria's history and today's Nigeria's history. We'll be back. I have a very pretty, very lovely, very intelligent lady who's here as our guest on our station today. And Facebook is already screaming, questions are happening, questions are coming. Please let her give us a brief history of Ibibio people of South Nigeria. My God. Somebody has asked that. And then that's from Kingpin Eshet. Another person says, and this is from Fatima Kiari, who incidentally is, I think she's an optometrist or an ophthalmologist. And she's saying, I'm studying the epidemiology of a certain condition, and there are possibly genetic similarities between the Igbos in the southeast and people in Barbados. I also read that the Barbados people are about 90% derived from the southeast and southwest of Nigeria. Please, does she have publications or data backing up the origins of Barbados people or the slave route traveled by the Igbos and Yorubas? Two questions. Let me take them. Okay. Do you want to look at any of these?
Well, we will be looking at many things in the future.
Yeah.
But with regard to the slave routes and the relationship with the Caribbean, of course, we know where the slaves came from.
Right.
And we do have documents with regards to that.
Yeah.
It would be really nice for her to contact us.
Okay.
So we can possibly share information. And we will be so willing to give her what we have, because the whole point is to educate. So it'll be amazing if she can contact us too.
Okay. Now, what about the BBO Southeast?
For me right now, I don't know what we have on that, but we are we're continuously researching, and yes, but...
All right, now let's go back to Nigeria's history. That's from Facebook. We're going to go into Twitter very shortly. Rufai, I hope you're helping me with that. Now, let's look at Nigeria's history, tracing it to the current. Do you have any data or information about the three powerful people, the three musketeers of Nigeria's history? Let's start with four musketeers, maybe Herbert Macaulay, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Amadu Bello, Awolowo. Yes. Do you have any information there?
We have lots. We have lots of private letters.
Private letters?
Yes, we have a lot, especially, okay, for example, we have a letter that Nnamdi Azikiwe wrote to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, I think in the 30s. He wanted to represent Nigeria. I think it was in Olympic Games.
He wanted to represent Nigeria. That's Nnamdi Azikiwe.
That's Nnamdi Azikiwe.
In the 1930s.
And if you read that letter, he was fantastic. He really sold himself. He basically said, I am great, I am fantastic, and this is me in university. And yes, these things are really good, especially for young kids to see.
Yeah, that's somebody who really believed in himself and thought he could just go that far.
Yes. A lot of the letters, especially from when they were younger, you could see they were meant to be leaders. This is before they became who they were, known to the world. The early letters indicate who they were destined to be. Yes.
Anyone from Lord Lugard and about the 1914?
With Lord Lugard, we have lots on Lord Lugard, and I mean, a lot of them are loads of newspapers.
Okay.
Yes. I think this morning I was even looking at the engagement announcement in Tatler magazine.
Engagement announcement for
yes,
who?
Lord Lugard and
who?
Flora Shaw. Yes, it was Tatler magazine.
Are you serious?
Yes, and I was looking at that this morning actually.
So and they got married when they were in Nigeria?
Yes, I think it was, if I recall, I think it was 1906. I'm not sure. I think it was 1906. So yes, yeah. See, people keep talking that Flora Shaw was his mistress. Well, it was his wife. People are people's girlfriends before they get married. So
yes, of course.
People say, "Oh, Lord Lugard's mistress." No, it was his. She ended up being his wife. But yeah.
I mean, she became so influential
Yes,
that she even had to influence how Nigeria's anthem was to be written.
Yes, and even the name Nigeria. Nigeria was given its name. She was looking over. They were in Lokoja on Mount Patti.
Lokoja was one time capital of Nigeria,
yes.
apparently. Oh
yes,
my God.
It was.
Okay. Yes.
And they had a rest house on Mount Patti. And it was a small rest house. And apparently she was looking over at the confluence of the Benue and Niger.
Niger, yes.
And she was like, okay, the area of Nigeria. That's where the name came from. But we have people who have said that these names have been used. They've used these names earlier. There's a great historian called Ed Kezo, and he has got evidence that it has been used before. But I think she was the one that said, look, you know what, this is the name's apt,
and it should be named after the protectorates that became Nigeria.
Yes, she was very influential. Yeah.
Do you have any source regarding how the protectorates became together, the northern and southern protectorates?
I have lots of documents with regards to before the amalgamation, the discussion
leading to the amalgamation.
I've got it's thousands of pages.
Did Nigerians have any role to play in that, or was it just all British?
Not really. In fact, even the Berlin Conference, I mean, not really. We didn't have any say. Okay, these are all the discussions. It's the British. I have documents. I have actually 1 or 2 pages of the original documents of the amalgamation. The amalgamation document is pretty large. Large, yeah. And so what I've done with the National Archives in the UK, I've kind of put them together. But it's really great in that, hopefully we'll have some sort of gallery or museum. We'll be able to showcase these things. Yeah. But we want a situation where people can come and look at these documents and verify information before spreading information. Because I remember I've seen things, people have said, oh, Nigeria is only supposed to be together for 100 years as a contract.
Wow.
And I was a bit confused because I was like, I have never seen that contract. I've never seen anything to do with that. So especially when we have information, well, we have the...
such people who those who are making such claims, have they been confronted to say, do you have evidence to that?
No, because nobody... That's the problem. I think that's why I think the project is very important. What we're doing is very important. You know, if you're ignorant of the past, you remain a child. You never ask questions.
Please, can you repeat that line? If you're ignorant of the past, you remain a child.
Yes.
Nigerians, are you listening now? Okay, carry on, please.
Yeah, so I think when people say, just like we're all religious, go to church, they say this is from the Bible, you read it in the Bible. So when someone says something about your nation, a nation that you do love, you want to defend it.
Absolutely.
By defending it, you need to have that knowledge. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get that mindset. We need to change the mindset of the nation. Know who you are so you can defend your nation.
I want to ask you, can you begin now to trace the 4 musketeers again, who became 3 musketeers? Herbert Macaulay, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Ahmadu Bello, and Bafemi Awolowo. If you trace them and from the facts and figures you have, Tafawa Balewa became Prime Minister.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
He's your favorite.
Yeah.
Now tell me about him, please.
I loved him. I mean, he is an ideal politician.
Ideal?
Yes.
Can you expatiate on that?
I just think he was a nationalist. He loved Nigeria.
So irrespective of where you come from.
Irrespective of where you come from. I've got documents to state this. There's no point saying that, everything was perfect in the 50s, but it wasn't as bad as this. I think a lot of politicians they've taken the easy way out by using our tribes, our religion, our ethnic, where we come from, to try and get votes. They didn't need to use it then.
Absolutely.
They didn't need to use it
It had
then.
to be a national thing.
Yes.
The one person who can take the interest of all Nigerians
Yes.
to heart and
Yes.
work to
And move Nigeria forward.
forward. Yes.
I mean, I think I remember we played the first conversation between two heads of state, and that was Tafawa Balewa. I think it was 1963.
Uh-huh.
And
Between who and who?
Tafawa Balewa and JFK. Yes.
Do you have the tape?
Somewhere.
Oh, please.
I have
no.
I have it somewhere. I think it's in my.
If you have it,
Yes.
God, why didn't I prepare for this?
It was
properly?
amazing. It was amazing. I mean, that was a really emotional conversation. It was
Really?
the first, and it made me realize how much the rest of the world, how much potential we had, and the rest of the world were watching us, and they knew we had that potential.
As far back as 1963, the
yeah.
rest of the world knew that Nigeria had potential.
Oh yes, I mean even further back.
Wow. So, where do you think we began to squander, using Oyenka Onwenu's language now, squander our riches?
I think it's when we allowed the military to get involved in a lot of things. The crisis of the West, the military. You know, I mean, I can't blame the military completely. It's a mindset. You know, we talk about our leaders today, that we've got bad leaders, and you know, that we can do better without these leaders. But we it's not a dynasty. Our leaders come from us.
Yeah.
We produce our leaders, so our leaders reflect us perfectly well. Okay. Now this, I noticed. I mean, if all what I've researched, I've seen Nigeria went downhill probably in the 60s.
Wow.
Probably in the 60s.
So the problem started to just go down like that. Maybe from the first coup or what?
I think so.
Or from when they had the...
I think the Western crisis before that.
the
But
Western,
I think
that's 1964, I
yes.
think.
Yeah, I think it's
Wet year.
50. Was it 64?
There was a 1964 crisis.
Yes, the Western crisis, yes.
That was really bad.
But I think that kind of got soldiers politicized. By 1967, we had soldiers who wanted, I guess, the best for Nigeria. They wanted this revolution, but it went wrong.
Did they understand the definition of the revolution that they wanted?
I don't think they did, and I think that is the beginning of our problem. That's the genesis of our problem, our problems. Okay, now with that, Nigeria just, I mean, obviously from 1966, it just went downhill.
We'll be right back. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to listen to a conversation that took place in 1963 between Tafawa Balewa and President John Kennedy. Of blessed memories, the two of them. So, let's hear.
63. Prime Minister?
Yes?
It's a great pleasure to talk to you from the White House. Send our very best wishes to your people and to you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I hope that this is the beginning of much closer communication between Nigeria and the United States, and indeed between the whole continent of Africa and our continent, our hemisphere. And I think that this can be a very important means of providing for closer understanding among our peoples and also, of course, among the people of Africa. We send you particularly, Prime Minister, our best wishes, remembering your visit here to the United States. I also appreciated the wire you sent me in early August in regard to the test ban treaty. I think that what we are doing today shows what can be done through the peaceful use of space.
We congratulate you very heartily, Mr. President, for this very big achievement.
Prime Minister, I hope we'll be seeing you back in the United States, and that all goes well for your country and your people.
Thank you.
Very good wishes, Prime Minister, and we look forward to having Dick Tiger come over here.
It was indeed a very great day for us when Dick Tiger beat the American Gene Fulmer.
I know. We watch those things over here.
Mr. President, I shall be very happy if you will convey our greetings and also best wishes to the people of the United States.
Thank you, Prime Minister, and we look forward to seeing you back at the White House again someday.
still my intention to visit the United States very soon, Mr. President.
Good. Well, thank you, Prime Minister, and goodbye.
Now, can you imagine that? And that was 1963, and when telephony was not at its optimum.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually the first conversation between two heads of states.
The first conversation between two heads of state.
Yes, and it could have been...
And it had to be in United States of America and the United States of Nigeria.
They're the ones that perfected the actual system.
Oh.
They could have chosen the British. They could have chosen the French. They
chose Nigeria.
Yes.
Amanda, you have brought history to us. And I must confess that, no, I'm overwhelmed. Thank you for this foresightedness. Are you bold enough to tell me your age? To tell us your age?
I'm not ashamed. I'm 35.
You're just 35?
No, 35.
Just 35.
Yeah.
And you brought history to Nigerians who are probably 100 years old listening to this right now.
That's what happens. I get loads of emails and text messages, people telling me, I lived in Nigeria all my life. I didn't know this. And some of them are like in their 50s, 60s. You're never too old to learn, first of all. But what worries me is the fact that it's not there for us to learn. I read somewhere that the schools are... Actually, history's been taken off the curriculum. It's not being taught in schools any longer.
Nigerian... Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm calling the
it.
Minister of Education to this program.
Yeah.
It cannot be true. Where was I?
I shared that. And I thought to myself, I was waiting for someone to say, no, Amanda, it's not true. That's not true.
No.
But other people who were actually in that department confirmed it. They said, well, it's not a core subject and it needs to be core.
What is a core subject?
No, but it needs to be core because of what we're going through right now.
Yes.
We have, for example, I remember when I first started this, the reason why I first started this, one of the reasons, was I was speaking to this guy on Facebook and I asked him, like, what did he do and everything. And he said to me, well, I'm fighting for the Niger Delta. He was young. And I was like, okay. Shoot. And we need a revolution. We need this. And I'm like, okay. So I started asking him questions. And I realized that he didn't know anything about Adako Barrow. And I was like...
And that's Isaac Barrow,
yes.
right? Yeah.
I said, that's the problem. We don't know our history. So what we think we're doing today, we think it's new. All these so-called revolutions and the need to fight and the need to, it's not new. It's happened before. We are suffering the consequences of what happened then. So what we need to do is learn our history and be better.
All right, let me start with Twitter because people have been asking. I've read some messages from Facebook already. This one says, great work, Amanda Kirby. You're doing a beautiful PR for Nigeria. I follow your page on Facebook, Okwe Adediron. And the other one says, what's almond historical all about? That's for you, Amanda. Yeah. And another says, I won't miss this for the world. I'm so glad that I'm listening to this program. This is from Reminola. Hello.
Hello, Chief Soni. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, sir. Amanda, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah. Chief Soni, I want to ask the first set of people that the British people handed over, like the Prime Minister now.
Yes.
The three of them, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Awolowo, where did it wrong?
And Ahmadu Bello.
Ahmadu Bello, yeah. Yes. I think the leadership problem started from that time. Like what is happening now, this acquiring wealth. The wealth that is meant for the masses, just few people. I think it started from then. My sister, can you say something about that? Thank you.
Thank you. Well,
yeah. Okay, go on.
I'm not sure if it was obvious where the mess had started from, and definitely wasn't obvious from the images I work with. When I've posted pictures of Carter Bridge, and it was orderly. It was so beautiful. There's no traffic. People were going to work. I've posted pictures of Lagos at a certain time. So I don't think the mess had crept. It hadn't crept in at the time. It may have started, but it wasn't a large scale. I must say, most nations deal with corruption. It's a problem all over. It's a global issue. But the blatant corruption in Nigeria is evident. That's what we're living in now. I mean, I've chosen to move back to Nigeria because I can't stay in the United Kingdom and complain about my country sitting in the comfort in the United Kingdom. You understand? But I do believe that politicians that have come afterwards have been allowed to get away with a lot of things. After Tafawa Balewa, after Nnamdi Azikiwe, after all those first generation, First Republic ministers, after all of them, I actually go about interviewing those that are still alive. So I can get it on record. I can get their views. I can listen to what they felt had gone wrong.
Okay.
You know, and I think it may have started then, but it wasn't on this level. This is grand. This is massive, and there's no accountability.
Okay, let me take this call. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Uncle Irabor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Just go straight to the point. I want to take as many calls.
Hello,
Yeah.
how are you?
Please, I just want to appreciate her. I'm happy listening to this.
Thank you.
And what I want to say is what you're doing is wonderful.
Thank you.
I know leaders are listening. It shouldn't be a thing of shame. You're really blessed to do this. I wish they can assist you, or you go ahead because I believe you can do it. Let there be a school, to teach us. Let us learn. Nigeria now is a thing of shame. Like when I listen to the conversation between Jeff Kennedy and Tafawa Balewa?
Yes.
Tafawa Balewa, yes.
It was peaceful.
Yes.
It was peaceful. Like if we hadn't gone wrong at this stage, Nigeria would have been a very cute country to live in.
Yes.
Like it's close to tears. I wish schools, they can just open up a school for you to head it. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they should hold you. Nobody should allow you go. I'm telling you, there is hope for us. If you're 35 and you've done this, now our generation is not all about dancing and entertainment and going naked on radio and TV. With somebody like you, like I'm holding on to my own dreams because I have a youth ministry and I'm going to really go on. But please don't leave us, Amanda. We love you. I love you.
I have a lot to lose if I leave.
You.
Thank you.
Make me feel there is future for Nigeria.
Thank you.
For real.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
My
much.
name is Mercy.
Thank you, Mercy. Thank you.
God bless you, my dear.
God bless you.
Hello.
I'm really thrilled hearing Nigerian history. I'm almost about the same age you have myself, but I'm afraid I haven't even been able to know some of the things you've been really now today. That's quite a great one. I'm really impressed. Nothing much to say, just to comment. But I think just to add as well, I think the history says it's not been expunged from our curriculum. I think it was contemplated, but I'm not sure it's been expunged.
Thank you for updating us on
Thank
that
you.
because I was really worried about that.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hi, darling. How are you? Where are you calling from?
Amanda.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. I'm Nadia. I'm calling from Kenya.
Yeah, I need you to speak into your microphone.
Yeah, I want to say thank you once more.
Okay.
And I've got something to say concerning the pet tax head.
Yes, the mask.
Yeah, the mask. Is there any plans to get it back to Nigeria and all the artifacts that were stolen during the invasion of the Kingdom of Benin?
Okay.
And what is the hope for us, like the rest of us, basically at this stage, being born and brought up here in Nigeria? It seems the condition in the country seems very deplorable, and thinking of bringing our kids into the same condition is really, really discouraging. So, what hope can we have for tomorrow? Have our kids here and have pride in Nigeria, and
Okay.
make sure we install the pride in them as well as Nigerians.
Okay. Thank you. Well, she's asked so many questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know which one to go for first. Okay.
Anyway.
I mean, the reason why I do what I do, so I'm not lost. That's the reason why I started this.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So that you are not lost.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to be lost either.
Exactly. I also have 3 sons who are also returning back to Nigeria. It's a choice because I see Nigeria has that potential to get to where it needs to get to, and I don't want them to be lost. So I'm not just doing it for myself, I'm doing it for future generations, okay? Now, we were talking about something about the schools. What we do are these workshops. We've just started them, and it's to educate children of a certain age in primary school and secondary schools of our history. What we do, well, one of the programs we run, we acquaint them. We get them acquainted with people. For one, we started with people that have streets named after them, like Bode Thomas, Herbert Macaulay. What we decided to do was show children pictures of them as children, not of them as established politicians.
Okay.
So children could know that these people obviously once started off as children, and they had aspirations, and they eventually got to where they needed to get to. So, because sometimes when a child sees an adult, they see the finished product. I wanted to teach them about the growth. Okay, so yeah, I mean, eventually we will do much more. It's not just myself. There's so many groups out there who want to do what I'm doing, and
Is
who
it
are
possible
trying.
to streamline this into such a force that can make people understand that, good give or take, whether government is involved or not, I know I have an opportunity to move in the direction of progress for a country I call my own.
Yes, but that's what we're doing. This is without government help. I mean, I have a set budget for my own money I use to go out to auctions and buy things. I don't wait on the government, because
That must be costing you a fortune.
it has, but it's more fulfilling to do that. I'm learning so much more. Knowledge is power, and I feel empowered, and I can go anywhere with that power.
Wow.
And that's
Somebody's saying here, I'm listening to you, Amanda. That's from your Facebook now.
Oh, dear Lord.
He said, I'm listening to you on radio right now. You are simply amazing. This from Patrick Chinedum. Okay, now, question. How do I know that if I come into this fold thinking Nigeria will be one and it will succeed, that it will not be in vain?
Well, what do we have to lose?
If we try.
Yeah. We've been together for so long. Okay, for example, I'm Igbo. If we now decide to split, we're going to split again. We're never going to be happy with what we have.
We're going to keep splitting.
We're going to keep splitting. Anambra people are going to have problems with Enugu people, and we just need to realize, to know how to work together as we are. The country was formed for economical reasons.
Yes.
Let's not forget that fact.
Okay.
We should stop being so sensitive. We need to remember, if everything is going well economically, people will be happier. If it's being squandered and people are ignoring it, we would see what we're seeing today. And that's the truth. I think it was Amechi that said, if you allow us to steal, we'll keep stealing, or something like that.
Whoa.
We shouldn't allow them to steal.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Good afternoon, Mr. Soni.
Good afternoon.
And Amanda, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now, this is Adiola Gideon. I only want to beg for a favor. Could you please do the rerun of this program?
I will seek the authorities. We have a system here. Then I must take permission from, the board to be able to rerun a program that is live like this. But yes, it's a good point. I'll make sure of that.
Honestly, you are going to be doing lots of favor.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you. Hello. I missed that again. All right. How are we going to see ourselves as... Hello.
Hello. Once I'm still waiting to get the answers. When are we going to get those spelling access back to Nigeria?
Oh, sorry. Yes, they have
of kids with,
okay.
demonstration.
Yes. Let her answer it.
Were you waiting?
Let her answer it. Yes.
Well,
okay.
I can't answer that because I'm not the government. It's for the Nigerian government.
I can credit Obasanjo's government as making a conscious effort, even in his military leadership days.
Yes.
He made a conscious effort
to get them back.
Yeah, but I'm not aware that any government has made as much fuss at getting it back as he did.
It's very important. But also, too, we need to know how to preserve them, too. I'm not going to mention names, but I've seen places where things have been kept, and I've been disturbed at the way they've been preserved.
So they're degenerating?
Yes, they are. Now, we need to educate ourselves on how to maintain these things. The government, the Nigerian people need to talk and say we need our things back. Okay, without anybody complaining, or saying anything, nothing will be done. You want these things back because you want your children to have something to look at and to educate themselves on for the future. We want these things back. There's no two ways about it. If you put pressure on other governments and make it that much of a bigger deal, at least they will respond. We need to get something from our government to talk to them about. I mean, little me, I can't do it, but the amount of pressure collectively we all put together, someone will say something and something will be done.
I just got a message that somebody's saying this tape should be sent to government or all governments. Well, thank you. I'll try. Okay, hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Bring down the volume.
Good afternoon.
We need to aggregate this effort and then leverage on it.
Okay.
The right department of government should take a cue.
Yes.
There are many things she has said.
Serious things.
Preservation and so on and so on.
That preservation is so key.
Yeah.
And it's even a minus on our, I don't know the right department now. Would it be the museum or international affairs? There's somebody somewhere. The system is not being accountable. She also mentioned that.
Yeah.
Even on historical facts.
Yes.
All right? And so on and so on. There are so many things that are coming up from this history.
Yes.
They get away with the loot
Yes.
that we've had, is also part of the history.
Yes.
And she has also mentioned that.
Yes.
We need to sit back, look at ourselves, and who are we? Are we going to accept this degradation? Well, the decline started from the 60s. As she said, when the military got in. The decay started from there. And we were so rich, and our leaders said we had a lot of money, but we didn't know what to do with it.
That's it.
Is that amazing?
I think that was a careless statement, but anyway,
No, but it was from the heart. It came from the stomach. I think it was our military leader then who was saying the truth. There was no plan, no strategy. Infrastructure decay that we have today started from there. All right?
Yeah.
The railway that we don't have today, go to Dubai, you'll be amazed.
But
when did Dubai start? Look at their railway.
Yeah.
My God, I don't even know. I want to cry.
Yes.
When I go abroad, I want to cry. Every time I go abroad. So going abroad for me is pain. And this is an uplift of my spirit.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Thank
God bless
you.
you. And there's a question coming here now. Just to remind you, GETTV channel 129 on Startimes, Tuesday 8 p.m., Sunday 1 p.m. repeat. And a question from 33923. I just want to ask how Amanda gets paid for such an amazing job. This is from Fumi. Another question says, Uncle Soni, I think this lady should be invited to national conference. I think her depth of knowledge will help somehow. You are doing a great job, sir. Thank you, ma'am. And the other one says, Amanda, I think you're just, oh my God, you are just that one person that may take Nigeria to the next level of positive direction.
Oh,
wow.
That's deep.
All right. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I want to commend the program and the young lady there.
Thank you.
And I want to make a few suggestions.
Go ahead.
Think in the first place, I think you should be using her Nigerian name because Amanda is an English name.
Actually, Amanda is Amandada. I will never fall. I don't have an English name. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah, probably Nigerian. That's good.
Yes.
I mean, because Amanda is an English name.
No,
really.
actually, Amanda is Amandada. Chineku.
Amanda.
Now in Bobo, people change them to Amanda.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
introduce yourself to us as Amanda.
No, what happens is that many people know me as Amanda because I've always lived outside Nigeria. I've never lived in Nigeria. So it's easier.
My dear,
for
you're
people-
back here now.
Yes.
You're back here now.
Yes.
So don't worry.
Amanda.
We'll pronounce it well for you. and
Yeah.
we'll
No,
identify
you, Madam Caller. What's her name? Call it for me.
Amanda.
Amanda.
No.
Do you know the meaning?
No.
Okay. What does it mean by the
What
way?
does it mean?
I won't fall. I won't fall down.
I won't
You
fall
won't
down.
fall down in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
And
Amen.
God will continue to uphold you.
Yes, amen.
And I think I don't know. I don't want to say government, but I want to suggest maybe one of these telecom companies because all the information you've given us is just 1 hour on Uncle Soni's program.
Yes.
We need this information
Yeah.
to go out.
Yeah.
TV. We need a documentary. We
Yes.
need something that will bring it to the consciousness of Nigerians. I mean, I was blown away when I heard the conversation. That phone call is.
Man.
That's
Madam, you should have
something
seen my skin. It would be like turkey skin. Goose
I'm
pimples.
sure 170 Nigerians don't even know that existed.
But we have the
Until
background to that too.
You know, so we need something. It's not enough. Uncle Sonny's program is just 1 hour.
Yes.
I don't know how you're going to do it. Maybe Uncle Sonny's will help you. But we need something that will bring all these facts that you
I'm
have.
so good at sharing, my darling.
He is.
I'm very good at
You know,
sharing.
you need to share. I don't know how it's going to happen. But
But do
please,
you know what we stand for? Inspiration Radio stands for progress, stands for family, stands for virtue, stands
Uncle
for
Sonny,
moral.
you give her a time. Every once a week, let her come and share what she has with us.
We are there.
I
And
mean,
that's why
let's
we are
start
the
from
number
that.
one family radio station.
No,
okay?
it's true. Let's start from that. Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes every week, and let her come and share facts and figures about Nigerians.
That would be
And we're looking for sponsors. If if anybody will sponsor Amanda Okoli right now, based on this program, you have all the time in the world. And I know my
Uncle
management
Sonny
is
can
listening.
make it happen.
Thank you so
But
much.
seriously, darling, I want to commend you.
Thank
You are
you so
certified.
much.
I'm so proud of
Thank
you.
you so much.
And with people like you, when we hear people like you, it so gives us hope that this country is great.
There is hope. Thank
sooner or
you.
later, we'll realize our potential.
That's it.
Bless you,
That's
man.
it.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
Thank you
Keep
so
up the
much.
good work.
Thank you. Hello. Good afternoon.
afternoon.
What's your name? Where are you calling from? Ikorodu. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, Amanda, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
You've really done a great job.
Thank you.
You need to be commended for this.
Thank you so much.
I was a student of history while growing up in secondary school.
Yes.
And I know the impact history about Nigeria, our pre-colonial history, had on me while growing up.
Yes.
So I understood clearly all you said so far.
Yes.
And I want to commend you, and I pray that God will bless you.
Thank you. God
Amen.
bless you
The
too.
people who knows their history
Yes.
will forge ahead.
That's right.
I was opportune this afternoon to listen to the voice of Tafawa Balewa,
Yes.
and it brought me to tears.
Yeah.
That what a great man he was.
Yes.
And
I
we
read
wasted
this
them.
back then.
Yeah.
Sir?
I say, and we wasted him.
Now we wasted him during the coup of 1956.
Yes.
This was a man that was free of corruption.
That's right.
I read about him that he left just a building.
Yes.
He was born in Bauchi. He was from Bauchi State. He left just a building,
That's right.
and we just wasted a great man.
Yes.
A great man of that caliber.
Yes.
I'm brought to tears. I don't know what to say.
Oh,
God bless you, sir.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
I need you to expatiate more on Tafawa Balewa.
Okay.
I need to know more about him.
it will be
Yes.
done.
Thank you, Uncle Soni.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
I love
Oh, sorry. Oh, God. Sorry. Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Hi. How are you?
Hi, I'm Soni. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Where are you calling from?
On the show. Yeah, my name is Deji.
Yeah. Calling from?
Lagos, Ogudu.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the show. In
Thank
fact, today, I didn't know I was going to be so, engrossed. I thought I'll just put on the radio and go to the other room, but I'm still here. Because it's really engaging.
Thank
and
you.
first, I'm really, impressed at the kind of people that you're bringing onto the show. I listened to EA's interview.
Thank
I know
you.
you've had her twice on the show, and
Yeah.
now somebody like this. I'm excited, actually, at the impact that I believe. First, I have a couple of questions. But let me start with you, Uncle Sonny.
Yes.
For IFM is definitely making an impact in families' lives, in individuals' lives.
Yeah.
I have to commend that.
Thank you.
And I personally feel IFM is making the biggest difference in Nigeria when it comes to family and relationships, personally for me.
Thank you.
But again, I have one question
Yes.
for you, which is, what is IFM doing with regards to CSR? Because you talked about sponsorship.
Yeah.
So this may fall under CSR for IFM.
In fact, you took the wind out of me by saying that, and I must confess, we are going with or without sponsorship. We will discuss with Amanda, and then we'll think of what to do. I promise you that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm excited. Then I have.
But let me quickly hint again, though. If anybody comes to say I'm willing to sponsor, I will give it a try, and then we'll now know what to do about the CSR part of it. Okay.
Fantastic.
Good.
Sounds great. I have one or two questions as well for Amandada.
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 Yes.
All right. You will not fall. Now, one of them is this. You sound really fantastic with what you're saying, but I want to zoom then when, it's easy for you to be on radio and everybody's calling saying awesome job, but I want to be realistic and think about some of the challenges you face, because it's okay to say hello, hi, and then everybody goes home. We still litter our streets, bribe the police, and the same people like us, like me, who call to encourage you and say good job, still practice corrupt, activities at the office, at our homes, and then it ends there. For us, by praising you and then back home, we haven't changed. So what are some of the certain specific call to action activities that you think we can engage in? What is your call to action? What's the specific message for the average person? That's what I'm asking you. Okay. And then also, have you thought about getting in government? Because I met a couple of people in politics, and I complained about some of those things. What he said was, join politics, and I said nope, no way for me.
Do you have to join politics to move Nigeria forward?
No, I don't. But that was his statement.
Yeah, no. I was just reacting. Don't mind me.
Yeah, you're right. So I don't have to be in politics to do that, because someone like EA is making a big difference, what she's doing in Benue, and a few other people that you've had on the show. So I'm thinking, what else can we do without having to join politics? Because, I'm really interested in getting involved in all these things. I want to get more involved in things that can actually make a difference in Nigeria.
Exactly.
I'm not going to live beyond 100 years, but I want it to matter. I want it to count. I've been exhausted at some point, so I'd love to get on board with you and serve and help and volunteer, as long as I know, we're going somewhere, let's get it done. So how do you face people who think, you're just being idealistic, this isn't reality? And then what advice do you have for the common bus driver on the side of the road, who his major issue is, how do I get my daily bread, how do I survive, how do I get past, navigate through no NEPA, no water, police harassment, how do I even get to be alive, not to even talk about, fighting to get a revolution done? How do I know my sacrifice will be worth something? Because again, freedom always comes at a price. I'm talking freedom from corruption. So how do we motivate that bus driver on the side of the road? I really want to know, because I really want to make a difference.
Okay. All right.
I think you mentioned revolution.
Yes.
We need a revolution of the mindset.
Revolution of the mindset.
Yes.
Not bloody revolution.
Not bloody revolution.
Okay,
That has never really been the answer. We need to change the way we do a lot of things. Okay. If we say that our leaders are corrupt, yet we pay a police officer down the road just to get by, or we give somebody maybe NEPA or is it NEPA money just
PHCN
to,
now.
The PHC or they're always going to be NEPA until they bring lights.
Even you that just came back. Okay.
So we need to change our mindset. The problem with that is that it's so difficult, because everybody has the same mindset. Everybody wants change, yet everybody is responsible for what's going on today. And that's the reason why I really target young people, because I'm not saying that there's no hope for the older for the older generations, but it's hard. It really is hard. I really think that we all collectively need to change our mindset. And then you're talking about something about for the future and everything. Yes, I do want to be well off and everything, but my wealth is my legacy. And that's the reason why I work so hard. I may be known for having money later on, but I want my great-grandchildren to say my grandmother was Amanda Ada Okoli. So that's the legacy I leave. This is why I work so hard to do this.
We got 5 minutes, and gosh, I'm too carried away. Hello.
Yeah, Chief Soni.
Yes.
I call back.
Yes.
Amanda.
Yes, sir.
In Jesus' name, you will not fall.
Amen.
Like I said, we need that revolution, the mind revolution.
That's right.
So this corruption of the thing is really biting hard. And our people are allowing these people to keep on doing that. We celebrate all this corrupt set of people. By the time we started staying away from them, I think all these things will come to. Look at Hong Kong, what happened to Hong Kong. They carried the fight to the police.
Yes.
Today, go to Hong Kong, it's a bit okay. So my sister, like I said, like your name, I have a friend called Amanda. I didn't know that it's Amanda. So that girl is an Igbo girl.
Igwe, you yourself, you have even changed it. Amanda. What it was serious.
Amanda, that I will not fall. She will not fall in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Tomorrow I will see Amanda in American school. I will tell her the meaning of her name.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, my sister.
Thank
God bless
you.
you, sir.
Thank you.
And last call. Hello.
Hello. Good
Yeah.
afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Where are you calling
My name is
from?
Bobby. I'm calling from Lekki.
Lekki. Your name is what, sir?
I am. There's something that the caller before this man, the elderly man who just.
Yes.
This is exactly what I'm looking for. I mean, there's just so much reality. Everybody says, "Oh, in real sense, this cannot happen." If there is anything, please, Mr. Man, if there is anything, anywhere there is anything that we can do that requires volunteering, I mean, I think we need to use ideology, like ideal situations to affect some of these realities that we're facing. If there's any way we can help, all you need to, because I'm personally tired of every time, okay, oh no, one needs to do something, but how do you, no, none of that is, there's the guy on the street, how do you affect the guy on the street? There has to be a way. I think there has to be a way. If there is a way one can call, I think we will answer, because we need to start using those methods that seem seemingly ideal, but maybe not workable. I think those are the methods that we need to work, because the real methods are not just pushing us anywhere. Because everything that seemingly is reality has a dead end. We get there and it's stuck. Oh, we cannot move forward from here. Oh, no, nothing. The bottlenecks are here. I was in a service today, and a man who died as far back as 1996 was celebrated today by people who affected their lives a long time ago. Time ago. Incredibly so. Everybody had something fantastic to say about it. We don't have such people. I don't know, maybe they are, but I don't think there are people like that anymore. We need to start getting these kind of legacies passed on. If there's any way, if there's a way you can put it out there and send some sort of a clarion call, I personally will come out. Because we need to get these things done. Those ideal methods that never seemed good enough, didn't seem plausible enough, they didn't seem feasible enough. I think those are the methods that need to be put into place to get some of the things that need to be done.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much indeed. And one last message. This one says, "This is my best Sunday interview so far. Information is power. Amanda Kirby-Okoye has just empowered us. Please, how do we know more?" Amanda. Lie, no go fall. Lie, no go fall. Your grace, God's grace is on you, and may He bless the work of your hands.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And for all of you out there, listen, if you missed this program, you have a chance on Tuesday evening to see it on TV and also look at the fact that Amanda is actually not Oyinbo. She's totally negroid black beauty, and I'm telling you. And it's GETTV channel 129 on Startimes. If you haven't got Startime, go buy that thing. Go buy that decoder. And don't know, Inspiration Radio brought it to you, you know. And Tuesdays, 8 p.m., Sunday, repeat program 1 p.m. That means you rehearse before you actually see the fresh edition at 2 p.m. on Sunday. It's been such a fantastic time.
Thank you for having me.
Listen, how large is your database?
Well, it's pretty large. It's large, and it keeps getting larger. I will be leaving Nigeria to go to some auctions in Europe. Wow. So it's more to come. Yeah.
How do you protect them?
I'm a curator too, so I know how to protect them. At first, it was hard because I would move from country to country with most of them, which is pretty difficult. But yeah, it's protected pretty well.
I only used this to let you know that there's so much Nigeria can afford. There's so much Nigeria has, and truly, it is not about age. I'm 62. Amanda is 35. That gap is there, but for goodness sake, the superiority she displayed just now can put many of us to shame. I would rather I stood my ground and say to myself and my children and my friends and my peers and my leaders that I'm proud to be Nigerian. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm just too proud to be Nigerian to let go. So the best I can do, therefore, is allow the rule of law to prevail. If you are a leader, respect the law that you have put there. Don't trivialize it. Don't insult the sensibility of Nigerians. Just serve the people, serve the nation, and shame your detractors.
That's right.
And politicians, start being proper politicians. Start being professional and start allowing the rule of law to prevail. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you for having me.
Arrivederci.